Hey everyone, Maury Curtis Dunbar here with Painted Studio. It is a very rainy day here and we are working on some fun projects. Since it's not bright outside, we're going to be bright inside. So the first thing I'm going to do is, of course, update my page so that I can see you all and when you make comments, because that's awesome. Hey Kathy Palmer, nice to see you here. So first of all, thank you for all the comments, the messages, the kind words about my house. Yes, we finally have furniture showing up. It took a little doing, it took a little legal wrangling because they should have been better, but they weren't. But doesn't matter, we got everything. So that's what really counts. And of course, if we don't have everything, well, that's the next step, and we'll worry about that on another day. Meanwhile, after 2 days of unpacking and finding my bed and my furniture and some of my clothes, I'm back here in the studio, and I'll start the dining room tonight when I get home, but we're gonna do some fun stuff here today. All right, let me pull my jacket up a little bit because it's pulling funny on my neck. See if I can get everything tucked in where it needs to be, because it's going to make me cuckoo otherwise. And we're going to do two things today. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to finish this frame that we started the other day. As you can see up close, we did foil around here, and then after that, after we signed off, I did some more design all over here, and the foil adhesive is dried. The next thing we're going to do, and I haven't worked on this desk in a while. It's been sitting in the back over there. I've had a lot of commission work to do, and I just haven't gotten back to it. But we are back to working on the desk that I painted black, and then I painted these drawers blue, and we're going to be moving on from there. Sorry, I thought I heard somebody coming in. It's just the wind rattling the door. All right, now we are still open for business, so there is a chance somebody can come in. We know that happens, so I hope that you are patient with me if somebody comes in and I have to sign off, and I'll be back. But let's get going here. All right, so flipping the camera down. Let's get it a good angle. I don't like the angle I'm getting there. It looks a little better. All right. I keep checking my angle. There we go. You can see this part. That's the goal. So I use different color tie-dye foils on these spots, and that's what we're going to do on the rest of it, but it's going to be a little more random than it was the first time. So I have 4 tie-dye colors. We carry 5, but one of them is not a good color option. So we're going to be working with our blue-green tie-dye foil. We're going to be working with our purple tie-dye foil, blue tie-dye foil, and the pink tie-dye foil. So that's what we're going to be working with today, because that's what we worked with before. I have one more tie-dye. It is a brown and gold, and it just doesn't fit this color scheme. So if you remember from the last time I did this, we used the Deco Scribble Writer on here to get the pattern that I put on here. And once you put this on, this is fabric friendly foil adhesive. It does not require heat to release the foil, but it also works on hard surfaces like we have here. So the one thing I'm going to try to do is avoid putting the same foil on the spot too close to the places that I've already applied it. So our pink tie-dye, and if you're not familiar with foils, foil has a not so pretty side and a pretty side, and it's always the not so pretty side down to the adhesive. I applied this last week. We should be good to go. I'm just going to kind of touch a little in here, and I'm going to go all over my surface in different spots with this, just trying to avoid getting into where I already had this pink. And I'm just using my fingers. You can use a scrubber. I'm just using my fingers because I want my placement definitely a little on the very controlled random side. So I'm just sort of coming in and putting it wherever I want it. And then let's see, let's do some of the blue. Now, this blue had been a little cranky the other day, so let's hope it's not being quite so grumpy today. Yep, it's still being a little grumpy on here. Let's take my scrubber. See if we get a little better release. It was being temperamental the other day. Yeah, I'm getting a little better release on it, but not perfect. It may be a little cool in here. I've had my air conditioning cranked. And there we go, getting a little better release over there. Let's work on a little better release over here. Not perfect, but it's not bad. So let's do a little of the purple like this. Let's get a little purple over here. I want a little bit up on this side too. Got some of that on there. Let's go for this one. Let's do this down here. Oh, that came out nicely. Okay, so let's put a little of that in up in here. This one, let's see where I'm at. Okay, I like that. Let's see, what else am I gonna put where? Play with this silver one again. It's been temperamental the last few times. It's a new roll and it may be slightly different from the last batch, and that can be an issue. Sometimes if I just go back in here better, a little harder. Now, I'm not going to pull out my hair dryer or anything because that's usually the answer to temperamental foils, because I don't feel like blowing my hair dryer on alive. It's loud. Come on, stop being so grumpy, you dumb foil. There we go. That's better. That released much better this time. So I had to work it a little bit just to get it working. Now, my husband William is watching, and Sue, Roland, Diana, thank you all, and Gloria, thank you for popping in with us. I appreciate it. Let's get some more over here. Do this. Get in here. Now this, like I said, this is a different lot number than the last one I had, and sometimes the lot number can make it different. It's also a little cool in here, which foils don't like cold. Foils and foil adhesive like warm. So if you're having trouble with your foil releasing on your adhesive, warm it up a little with a hairdryer. If you're still having trouble, warm your surface with the hairdryer first so that your adhesive is warm. Then make sure your foil is warm. Take your foil before you put it on, blow a little hairdryer on it. Then once you rub it on, you can hit it with a hairdryer again and you will get a really nice release that way. It's just is what it is. Sometimes these things are a little temperamental. They don't release the way you want them to, so you gotta work it. Alrighty, we're getting some better release there. This is just being grumpy on me. Why am I doing that so fast? The friction creates heat. And I got a better release for doing that. And I just keep working and getting some a little bit off here and there. That's good. Got what I wanted there. Let's do, oh, I don't know, a little more. Let's find a little pink and go right up here. Getting such a kick out of this because this is really ending up super rainbowy, which is really what I wanted to get out of this. You know, it's Pride Month. It's a big Pride Festival weekend coming here this week. So I am celebrating our area and Pride. Let's get some more in there. Make sure I didn't miss anything. A little over here. There we go. Let's go for a little purple up here. Oh, that's nice. I like that. And then where's the blue-green? Let's do a little blue-green in some of the emptier spots. I think I'm basically just going to take this blue-green and go over any spot on this side that does not have some adhesive. And I'm doing the brush because this will make this spot faster, catching all the little mist spots. But sometimes your finger's better. Seems to me this time my finger's better. Okay. There we go. I've got that whole side. So look how wonderfully. Hi Sandy, hi Cheryl. So look how wonderfully rainbowy that is. Let's see if I can get a little better angle on it so you can see all those beautiful colors. And I just freehanded the pattern on there. It's a pattern I've been doodling on and off for many years on things when I need to fill a space. So it's a go-to way of doing it for me. All right. And of course, feel free to ask any questions you have. That's, you know, that's my job. That's what I'm here for. I want to help you be successful in your projects. All right, so I don't remember where I put that before. Okay, let's go back under here. Oh, that's coming off better now. It's finally, it's like warming up now because it's been in my hands. And it's just a different batch, so sometimes you get a little struggle getting it off. Nicely, nicely, nicely. There we go. And then, okay, got that side. We got a little bit over here. So again, the ugly side stays, or I shouldn't say ugly side, somebody's gonna get offended. It's the not pretty side. Goes to the surface so that then we can release foil. All right, let me think of which way I wanna go here. Very pretty on there. And I'm trying to kind of make it work with everything I've done on the other corners. So I'm just, you know, so I have the pink tie-dye here. I need to make sure I've got it here and then over here, wherever it needs to go. nice, nice, nice. Get a little bit of the pink right up here at the tip. And then let's do a little bit down in here. I like that very much. Let's get a little bit on this end, right there. Let's get that end here. Okay. Let's go back into the blue-green. Come on, open up. Here. I'm going to do a little bit over there. Let's get our stubborn blue out. See if I can get a little bit up here. That worked. Put a little more purple out. Get all the purple right in here. And then I just have a little here and there. So let's go purple. Yeah, I need to do purple because I'm getting a little bit too much color going and it's getting a little confusing to look at. So we're going to do it this way. Hi, Nancy and Ellen and Cheryl. Thank you all for popping in. Appreciate you being here. Okay, so again, for anybody who missed the start, we used our Decofoil liquid adhesive in its writing bottle. Let me find the bottle. I'll show you what I'm talking about. I move things, I can't find them ever again. Here we go. This is the product we're using. This is what I used to draw the pattern on here that you see. This is Decofoil liquid adhesive. It is good without heat. It is fabric friendly. And you just store it upside down like that so that the liquid stays into the tip and it keeps it from getting hardened and clogging up. Now mine always clogs up, but that's probably more likely than anything because I am a slob. All right, we're gonna finish this up and then we're going, actually, you know what? I'm gonna finish this up when nobody's looking. I'll post pictures of it and we're gonna go on to the drawer. Okay, so I have this drawer from the desk. Now, this, I'm gonna make my own life easier for demoing with you because I had a drawer that I dropped. The front came off, so it makes it easier for me to paint and show to you. It's not a big deal. It fits right back off on. It's not broken. I just need to use wood glue to fix it. So that came off and that'll make this easier to demo for you. So what we're gonna do, this is one of my favorite patterns. Let me see if I can find what it's called. I can never remember the name. It's not Tree of Life, but it's on our website. Oh, Batik. So this is our Batik pattern. And I really like this, but I want to do it so that it has a little bit of dimension. So what I'm doing, now I've sprayed some adhesive on here already. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this and smooth this over the surface. Let me see if that's really where I want it. I think I kind of want a tree in the center as much as possible. All right, let's see if I can do that. Take a look where my center is. Okay, there's my center. Okay, my tree is centered, but I'm going to take it and shove it about 1/8 of an inch off center. And you'll see why in just a few moments. Okay, that's square on there. Not quite square. I also use my stencil openings to tell me how square I am. Almost not there. Yeah, so this is a short work week for me in the studio. It's not, definitely not short anywhere else. Okay, so I have this on here, and I'm going to take a stencil brush, and I have my little cup lids. And the first thing we're going to do is just take a little bit of our Set Coat, Faux Effects Set Coat Black. Now I know this is not in the Set Coat jars. This was a gallon. Sometimes I take my gallons and pour them off into smaller jars so that they're more useful to me. All right, so here is a little drop of Set Coat Black, and I'm just taking it and working it into my brush a little bit. I have a piece of paper towel next to me to make sure I'm not overloaded. I just tapped it off there, and I'm taking my brush and slowly, I don't want to rush it because I don't want to cause my stencil to pop up, going at this with a little bit of black. I know, you're like, oh my gosh, that black's not going to show a whole lot on the blue. You're right, it's not. It's because I have a second step that will complete this. Okay, just a little more. Now, if you have a big project to do, now this is one of the Artistic Painting Studios stencil brushes that we carry. This is the smaller one. If you're not going to be finished using your stencil brush all in one go, if you need to use it and then put it away for a little while, but you have a lot more that you need to do with it, instead of washing it out, because you cannot use a stencil brush if it's wet, all the water goes up into the bristles and into the ferrule, and it then will feed down into your paint, and that's part of what causes bleeding. So don't do that. All you're going to want to do is take this, take a piece of paper towel, very, very dried out, damp. You take it, wet it in water, wring it out so you can't get anything else out of it. Throw it in a little Ziploc baggie and throw the brush in there. It will keep your brush from drying out. One of my favorite useful tips. Okay, so now, oh, this is going to be fun. I'm doing black. Let's see if I can find that little center spot. There we go. Let's get all our registered spots in here in one piece. That's better. I got it almost completely lined up. Right, so I got to put a little bit over there, and it's no problem for me to move the stencil and lay this down on here, because when you put paint on that's so thin like this, it dries almost immediately. Whew, got stuff blowing in my face. Had my front doors open. I have a couple flies buzzing around here, annoying the tar out of me. Now, why would I be doing black on dark blue? And our background on this is Faux Effects Set Coat Deep Blue on the drawers. It's a gorgeous color. Super durable, interior and exterior rated. Okay, so I'm going to take this off. So, you know, now my pattern is virtually impossible to read because it's black on dark blue. Well, there's a reason I did it that way, and I'm only going to do this once for this stencil because normally I would do everything with the black first, then come back and do everything with the next color. But since we're demoing here, now what I'm doing is I'm replacing my stencil exactly where it was. Okay, I know where it was. Now I'm moving it over just a hair. What am I doing? I'm creating a drop shadow. And I might want to move that back just a little more because something like this, the pattern is so tiny and repetitive that going in and hand shadowing would take forever. So all I'm going to do is take my stencil and just shift it. I actually moved it about 1/8 of an inch diagonally that way. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use another product from Faux Effects. Now you can see it's in another jar. It actually has a different jar because I dropped it and this is what I didn't spill. This is Faux Effects Faux Metal in Pale Gold. Faux Metal is a really interesting product. It's designed to go over all metal. It's interior, exterior rated. When it dries, you can buff it and it will get shinier, and it doesn't require a top coat. Although if you are going to top coat it, it needs to be a solvent-based top coat because there's real metal in here, and if you top coat it with water-based product, it will tarnish. It will do anything from turn green to turn white. You never know because it depends on how wet it was. All right, so I'm taking a little bit of this faux metal and we're gonna start putting it on here. Now, the nice thing with the faux metal is it is very, very opaque. So it gives a nice gold. And I'm using a different stencil brush. I think this one is from Plaid. I don't carry it. It just happened to be one that I had over in the jar. My absolute favorite stencil brushes are ones from Artistic Painting Studio or ones from Lowell Cornell. Just simply because Artistic Painting Studio doesn't always have the smallest ones I need. So that's, you know, that's why I carry those, but sometimes I need some others. I haven't found another company that I want to purchase a reasonable amount of these brushes from to buy smaller ones, but I will eventually. I'll get there. Okay. So again, I'm making sure I don't have a lot of product on the brush because I don't want it to bleed. Now you cannot thin faux metal with anything. You can't thin it with water because it causes the metals to tarnish. You can't thin it with alcohol because it's not an appropriate solvent. You can't thin it with mineral spirits because it's not water, it's not an oil-based product. So really, faux metal is what it is. It is the consistency it is. When you get it, we suggest you store it upside down because there's so many metal solids in it that it will sink to the bottom if you don't use it all the time. And it's a pain to stir up from the bottom, but if you store it upside down, the solids then deposit on the lid and it's way, way, way easier to stir it up that way. Okay, I've got this little 2 registration marks here to deal with, and then I'll shift my stencil. I just want to get all these little spots that look almost missed. if I can see blue or black through it. I haven't painted it. Okay, so oh, that's pretty. Now, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this on the camera because the shadow is very faint, but if you look right along the edges, you'll see where the black is, and then you shifted it just a hint, and all the gold creates the top surface and then a drop shadow there. That is my go-to method for stenciling on challenging surfaces with a small stencil that I need a shadow on. Okay, so I'm going to just put that right there, since this foam metal is much slower to dry than the set coat is, but because it's on so thin and I'm just moving things around, this will be just fine. And the adhesive I used on my stencils, I just use, 3M77. I spray it very, very, very lightly and then let the stencil sit for at least 5 minutes so that it dries up mostly. And you just want it tacky, you don't want it wet. Because if it's wet or super globbed on, it will leave glue residue on your surface and you will not be happy with that. All right, let's get that on there. Oh, this is going to be so pretty. Now I may have to move some things around to get things to re-register. I haven't figured out yet if any of this stuff shows in here, but I don't think so because I'm looking at the spacing. So I think all I have to worry about is the trees, but I'll play with the registration to see if anything else needs to happen. Oh, this is so pretty. I wish the camera showed the black with the black shadow better, but look how gorgeous that is. And obviously it will go here once I've repaired the drawer. So that makes this gorgeous drawer front. How beautiful is that? All right, everyone, I think we're gonna call it a day. It's after 5. I have a whole dining room to go unpack. I don't think there were any questions, but I'll look again. You all have been just terrific and enjoying having you here watching. Now, of course, if you watch this and or watch it a second time and have more questions, post them in the comments. I'll see them and I'll come back and answer them for you. That's what I'm here for. All right, I love what happened today. I will see you all tomorrow. It's Friday, yay. All right, everyone, have a good night. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.